Now, Captain, you've had an amazing career.
Yes.
First of all, the prestige of being the first female captain for Cunard Line.
Yes, great honour.
Which is a massive honour,
Yeah.
yeah, because that's the first female captain in 174 years, is it?
Yeah,
175 years coming up to
almost,
now?
Yeah.
So that's...
I think
first
by
of
the
all-
time I took over, it was 171 years.
Right.
Yes.
So you've been a captain now for just over three years, 4 years?
4 years, yes. Yeah.
And how's it been?
Great.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think it's been great. It has been a great privilege, and it's also been a great experience. Met a lot of people, which is really nice. I think before I took over, I kind of underestimated the attention, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, and I thought that maybe the first year after I took over, yeah, people would be surprised. But now we're down nearly 4 years down the line, and it's still the same effect. Often maybe sometimes a little bit more even, which still surprises me, because I don't think about it like that.
But you've built very quickly. You've built tremendous loyalty within the crew. I know that from serving under you.
Yeah.
The crew love working for you, and I think part of that is the fact that your passage to captain has been so quite unique in a way. I mean, tell us how it all started for you, because you're from the Faroe Islands originally,
I'm from
aren't
the
you?
Faroe Islands, so for all the Brits, they know that because that's where all the low pressure starts, usually on the weather forecast, isn't it? So I grew up there, and when I was about 15, I think it was 14, 15, my dad said to me, with all the things you want in your life, you better start working because I'm not paying for it. So I got a job in a coffee shop, and there was a little ferry driving back and forwards, and the lady on the coffee shop got the opportunity to sell coffee on there, and she said, would you like to go on the ferry and sell coffee? Yeah, I said, that would be fine. So that was my, what shall I say, my first seafaring career.
Okay.
Was selling coffee, and then I became a bedroom steward on some cargo ships, which was, combined. We took 12 guests with passengers, and I was there as a bedroom steward for about 3 years.
At what age were you when you were a bedroom steward? Do you remember?
17, I think
17.
I started, yeah.
Okay.
And then I moved on, and I thought, I'd like this job. I like this moving around. Don't like the cleaning. That's what made up the mind. And I thought, I got to find a way of doing this without the cleaning bit.
Okay.
And somebody said, why don't you apply as a cadet? And I said, what do? They steer the ship. Yeah, I'll go for that one. So it was kind of yeah.
And so you went and enrolled. Did you train in the UK, or did you train over in Norway?
I trained
or
in Denmark,
Denmark?
basically, yeah. I got a contract with a company, Danish company, Scandinavian Seaways, or DFDS as they were called,
Okay, yeah.
a lot of people up in the north will know. And I got a contract with them as a cadet, and then I stayed with them and took the whole education through that. And then when I was finished, because the education system is a little bit different than in the UK, so you take the whole thing.
Right.
And then you come out with your master's license, but it's not been, what shall we say, it hasn't been noted.
Or ratified
You need to earn your sea time.
Okay.
So as you move up and earn your sea time, you send it in with the proof of your sea time, and then you get a tick in the box and they issue the next one. Because I've taken all the schools, so.
So, when did you move to Cunard Line then? When did you move across?
Well, actually, I was in the Scandinavian Seaways, and I was doing these ships back and forth to Newcastle, to Hull, to all these places, and I saw these beautiful ships coming through in the North Sea, and I thought, one day I'll be on one of those. So, after a while, I thought, after back and forth on the North Sea for about 2 years, I thought, that's it for me. I think I've served my duty here. And I sent 18 applications out. I borrowed a book called Crew for Cruises.
Okay.
Went to the back page, sent an application to every single one I thought sounded nice.
Okay.
And Cunard were the ones who answered first.
Right.
And they called me up and said, can you come for an interview? And I was, yeah, I'll come. And flew over to Southampton, and I was interviewed by Commodore Warwick.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
A very legendary Commodore Warwick,
Yes.
of course, yeah.
And after the interview, they said, you can wait outside, and waited for 5 minutes, and they called me in and said, so when can you start? I said, actually, I still have a job. I haven't even told them I'm here. So.
And so you joined Cunard as a...
I joined Cunard in 1997 as a second officer.
Okay.
Yes, and then I became first officer in Cunard.
Right.
Then we merged, or Carnival took over,
Yeah.
and we merged with Seabourn.
Right.
And when Cunard took Seabourn over, because I speak the Scandinavian languages, they sent me there. And then I was on the Seabourn side. But then the whole thing went into where Princess took over Cunard, and I was still on the Cunard contract. Then I went to Princess ships.
Okay.
Then from Princess, I went over to P&O.
Okay.
And when I was promoted to captain, my first ship was the Queen Victoria. So I closed the circle by coming then back to Cunard.